I've just heard that footballer Kurt Zouma is going to be appearing in a remake of a classic pantomime, Boots in Puss. It's a joke. Cancel me.
What should it be a harsher punishment for Zuma for what he did? What do you think?
I've got a question for you.
You go for it.
So, do you think what he's done is worse than racism?
I mean, it's totally different. They're two different things, isn't it?
I-
You're not comparing like to like.
I'm not condoning a thing that he's done.
Sure,
I don't agree with what he's done at all.
sure.
But there's people that's convicted, been caught for racism, and has played football afterwards. They got punished, they got 8 game punishment or something like that. But people are now calling for people to be sacked, for them to lose their livelihood. I've just got to ask this question to everyone out there, is what he's done worse than what the people have done that are convicted for racism?
Thank you for talking to us.
Please excuse the long silence there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still trying to understand what that idiot was saying. I don't have the words. I do have the words, actually. If you understood what that person was trying to say, then you're a better person than I. Kind of. He brought in racism. There's always someone who brings in racism to a situation where there's nothing to do with racism whatsoever. A guy was violent towards a cat. The guy who did it happened to be black. His race shouldn't be brought into it, really. But racism. Did you see racism there? Do you think that a black guy was a cat phobic? There's 3 things I really hate, all right? People who lie to me. Cruelty towards kids and cruelty towards animals. They're big no-nos, if you know me. There's a pandemic here in the UK at the moment of young so-called parents, shitty human beings at the same time, who are battering their little kids, toddlers, to death. I would love to tell you what I want to do to these people, but it's YouTube, so, you know, I can only incite violence against conservatives, British people, Donald Trump, Nigel Farage, Tommy Robinson, etc. on here, but I'm not that way inclined, you see. Racism, I didn't see any. If you saw racism in the video of that guy kicking the cat, give your head a wobble. There's always somebody who sees racism where there isn't. In my old job in the prison service, there was this guy from Ghana or Nigeria, big tall fella, nice guy, or so we thought. And 2 mates of mine were having a fight, play fight, as people do when they're bored, even at work, even in that environment. And my Chinese colleague told my white colleague, "Oh, pack her in, you cheeky monkey," he said. With that, the tall black guy threw a huff, called them both racists, and walked out. I know, I sat there in total disbelief. I really did. Cheeky monkey is a common phrase here in the UK, these islands. It doesn't mean there's any racism involved whatsoever. God knows what that fella saw. God knows what that footballer saw that was racist. Because that black footballer kicked that cat. I'm trying to make heads and tails of this, all right? The guy, Kurt Zouma, I believe his name is, he's the villain here of the piece. He said he was telling his cat off. You don't tell your animals off like that. I've owned animals, I've loved them, I've looked after them. We're a nation of animal lovers here in the UK. We really are. I've got chickens, for heaven's sake. Killing them, and I've had to kill them. It just breaks my heart. It really does. It's just one of those things. But he's been punished. I don't think he's been punished accordingly. He's had a £250,000 fine and he's had his cats taken away, and rightly so. But the RSPCA, I have to say, and his employers, West Ham United Football Club in London, were slow off the mark. And there's a difference between... See that guy in the video, all right? You can... I'm not the brain of Britain, not a genius, but I'm not thick either. But it would be hard to stand there and give that guy in the car what for, put him in his place and tell him where he went wrong. Because any decent person would just stand there and go, what the, racism. There's a difference between racism and kicking a cat. Kicking a cat, physical violence, Hurty actions. Racism, Hurty words. You can choose to be offended by racism, can't you? You can choose to be offended at anything, really. I mean, there are people on the internet who go to places on the internet. There are people who come to my channel to be offended. One guy wrote, I think it's a guy, or if it's a man, I use that term loosely, regularly comes to my channel or my comment section and says, I can't bear to listen to you. Yeah, he's always coming here to be offended. No doubt reports me as well. I haven't even looked at Twitter for their reaction to this cat kicker. But he's getting abuse, and rightly so, from the stands when he played, and West Ham played him against whomever they were playing with. I'm not interested in football anymore. It's just a bunch of shit human beings getting paid a shitload of money. And they're being assholes to people. I know they're not all like that. Apparently, Cristiano Ronaldo is a stellar human being. Does a lot. He's a nice guy as well. But that being said, they're not doing themselves any favours, or their trade. But going back to Kurt's cat kicker, should he have gone to jail for this? No. He is now infamous for being a cat abuser, animal abuser. He's been fined a shitload of money, which is basically, when you find people in sports, it's a massive tax dodge. That's what it is. That's nothing to him. The guy's on hundreds of thousands of pounds a week anyway. So £250,000, what, 2 weeks wages, if that? Nothing. But he'll always get abuse from the football fans. He'll be known for it. He's notorious for it. And clubs won't touch him now because of that. I think there should have been some sort of worse punishment, but prison, no. He's getting what he deserves. He's blackened his name. I'm not being racist, by the way. Fuck's sake, gotta be careful what you say now. You have to colours associated with people, and you got to get context. Fuck's sake. Anyway, that's what I think about this matter. Do you think he should have gone to jail? Do you think should have been? What do you think his punishment should have been? Should he have been punished at all? Did you give a shit? Who knows? Let me know in the comments. And that's my video. That's that, as they say, or as I say. Join me on GETTR. I've come off Telegram. I've no idea what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm on GETTR. Link is down below. If you wish to support my channel because I'm demonetized, then go ahead. You can buy me a beer. The link is also down below. So comment, share, subscribe, all that lovely stuff, and I'll see you again soon. Roger, Trout, Kakiteano.